Happy Monday. It is the 11th. Yes, August 11th. Why does it feel like we're already almost halfway through August and it just started? Anyway, yes. Oh, excuse me. Happy Monday. It was a decent weekend. I edited my video fairly quickly. Today was the first time I scheduled my video to post instead of posting it like in real time. Because usually I just upload my video, save it, and then post it on Monday when I, get up. But I scheduled it this time to see if there was any difference. I guess a little bit. It was available earlier than normal, but anyway. What else did I do? I watched TV. I watched my normal Lifetime movie that I watched on Sunday. It was a really good one this time too. They're all good, but this one's really good. It was a little murder mystery. What else did I basically recovered. I was too sore. My body was too sore to really do anything of great importance. Not that self-care is not important, because it is. But I had contemplated not going anywhere today because, to be truthful, my body still hurts. I'm not looking forward to this walk back into the house. But I really felt like I needed to get out. And since I probably won't go anywhere tomorrow or Wednesday, I was like, well, go somewhere Monday, and then Tuesday and Wednesday I could just chill again and have those as recovery from today. So I just got some vegetables from the store, and I needed some rosemary for my salmon, because I use rosemary when I fix salmon. So yeah, anyway, stopped by Popeyes to get me some lunch. I got one of those, it was a promo or something, a combo meal. It was a special that they only had, but you only get it, it's not an online thing, and you only get it when you go into the actual Popeyes physically. It's a pretty decent deal, and because I'm hungry. And I think that's it. Okay, so today I've already written down 3 things that I did, because, oh my gosh, I'm totally forgetting that I wrote my newsletter and scheduled it all on the same day, which I normally don't do, but I yesterday, Sunday, I wrote my newsletter, put it in there, scheduled it, panicked a little when I noticed a typo today when it got sent out, but it's not a typo as in something was spelled wrong. It's just meant to add a letter to a word that it should have had an S on the end, and it didn't, and so it's a typo in my mind. It is a typo. I don't know how you're reading it. Schedule my newsletter. I scheduled the next, actually that probably just went out too. The next part of the Nathan and Brennan story, which is part 1. Well, no, it's part 12, the big day, part 1. And part 13 is going to be the big day, part 2, which is where I think I'm going to end the prequel story for Nathan and Brennan. So I worked on that, uploaded it, and scheduled it, and it should have actually gone out 23 minutes ago. It's 5:23. So yeah, I did that. I forgot about that. So now I'm going to go because I did my main to-do list for the week. I'll show y'all later. But I'm not doing my daily to-do list like I normally do. I'm just going to do a to-done list, like, what I managed to get done. So I have 3 things on there so far. I guess run errands will be the 4th that I'm going to put it on there. And I have a wheel picker to determine what I work on any given day, that I have input my little information of what projects that are on the board right now to work on. And I let the wheel pick for me. We'll see how that goes. But, yeah. At some point, maybe not this week, I did say I wanted to. So I'm contemplating to get my physical movement back on track. Obviously not this month, because this month is already pretty much gone and I don't have the funds right now. So maybe in September I'm contemplating getting a membership at Planet Fitness again. I used to have one before my accident, and I think their prices went up now, so it's not $10 a month anymore, which is sad. But I don't think it's too much further up from that. So we'll see. And because I know they have trainers at Planet Fitness, and I know there has to be someone that's used to working with people with mobility issues and disability issues. When I used to go, I used to see them working with the people with mobility issues all the time. So, because I think I need someone's help. I need a trainer. I need someone to know my limitations and know when to push me and when not to push me too far. You know what I'm saying? Because if you leave it up to me, I will push myself until I hurt myself again. And then I'll just be out of commission and not be able to do anything for a longer period of time. But I also have this tendency to not give myself enough credit for how much I can do and can push myself. So I need that help. And I discovered that the last time I went to the gym, because believe it or not, when I went to the gym before, I was so apprehensive about going to the gym because of my size. And, because, I know the purpose of the gym is to lose weight. But when you go in the gym, it's mostly a whole bunch of skinny people. So, no offense to skinny people, no shade. But at the time, when I first was doing my gym run last time, I have since, I guess, gained the weight that I had lost. I have pretty much gained it back. Not quite as much. And I used to be bigger than this. Go figure, right? But, yeah. So I didn't want to go in there because I just didn't want to be stared and oogled at and made fun of. And at that time, I had a baby, like a young baby. And I did actually manage to lose like 100 pounds on my own at home first before I took the step to go to the gym and realized that I needed additional help. And that was the best decision at that time that I have ever made. Obviously, other than having my child and things like that. But it helped so much to have the motivation around me. People did not pick on me and make fun of me like I thought they would. They had trainers there that were very helpful. And, it was just a really good experience. And then my accident happened. And there was no more gym. And so, yeah, I miss the gym, actually. I really, for as apprehensive as I was about going to the gym in the first place, I really miss it. And I really think I need that again. And I think if I can get the physical movement aspect under control and managed better, it will help the writing as well and the creativity, because I was very creative when I used to go to the gym. It was like the endorphins or something would activate even more creativity for me. And yeah, I just miss it. So hopefully in September, this is still under the 75-90 challenge. I did say a physical movement was something I was going to work on, but I've tried the chair Zumba. It just didn't. I need the guidance, and I need someone there to get me back on track to the point where I can then just walk in the gym and just hop on the treadmill if I can ever get back to that point. If I can ever stand longer than 5 minutes without my back on fire, that'd be great. But yeah, this is what I'm working towards. Hopefully in September, I'll be able to go get a membership. At the very least, I should be able to afford a month to start the path to getting back on track physically. So that is something I want to do. That was what I was hinting at wanting to talk to you guys about at the end of last week's vlog. So that's what I want to try to do. I haven't been in the gym since my accident. Other than I think I stopped by after my accident to cancel my membership and to tell them, because I had gotten very used to the people there. They'd gotten used to me, to tell them, I wouldn't be there for a while. And at the time, I didn't realize just how debilitating the injuries were going to end up being. I thought I would be back in no time, and that is not how it worked out. But I want to get back to going to the gym. I miss the gym a lot. And I miss having that assistance and that training there. And that person to push me when I think I can't do more. But also to know when I really can't do more. And to stop me from further harming myself. Because I'm an all or nothing girl. I'll either do nothing because I think I can't do it, or I'll do way more than I should because I think I could do everything. So, yeah. But I've talked way too long, and we're gonna go. And I'm gonna go in, going to hopefully sneak my food. I don't know how well that's gonna go because Popeyes has a very distinctive smell. But I don't feel like sitting in my car and running. My gas light is on, so I don't really want to sit with the car running. And I don't want to sit with the windows up because it's hot. So I'm gonna go. I'll be back later. Bye. So we have here my wheel spinner. And as you can see on the wheel, there's Project Betty, pen name outline, Mackenzie Brown Book 5 novel, Nathan and Brenner prequel story, Project Willow brainstorming, which I haven't talked about in a while, and When Love Calls edits. I wonder if I should take Project Willow off of here. But, because that's not at all what I'm supposed to be working on. I should add my poetry collection, but maybe next time. We're gonna spin and we're gonna see what the wheel decides I should work on right now. I'm a little nervous. No! Okay. Because the book is all the way over there. It's not even anywhere near me. I didn't even bring it over here. We're just gonna roll with it. Okay, I'm gonna do a few minutes of brainstorming for Project Willow. That's what we're gonna do. Is going to be loud, so I hope that you can hear me. I haven't updated you since before, right? Yeah. Actually, okay, so you saw my little wheel picker, right? And the first project it picked was one I didn't actually think it would pick. It was on there because it's like my happy project, It's not a front burner project, but it makes me very excited and happy to work on it. My Project Willow, the fantasy trilogy thing. But I didn't think I was gonna pick it, but it did. And then funny thing is, I was going through my notes that I had already had and trying to brainstorm more ideas and things. And then like the first paragraph kind of just came to me. How it's going to start at the moment. I don't know if that's how it's going to stay, But right now, I was like, oh, I think I want to start it this way, which is not, like when I look at my notes, that is not how I said I was going to start the book. So that's funny. But it kind of just came into my brain. And so I was like, let me just open up a document. We're just going to start the draft. Which is not what I wanted to do. But it'll help the brainstorming actually, because now that if I started that way, that might shift some things when I go to actually outline. This isn't outline, by the way, because I hadn't finished brainstorming yet. So I hadn't even got to the point of outlining it yet. Don't know why I started it, but I did. So then the wheel picked Mackenzie Brown, which is great because I wrote a little bit more in chapter 1. I actually ended chapter 1. So if I end up working on it tomorrow, if the wheel says so, I'll be starting chapter 2. I only wrote a little over about 582 words, I think is what the calculator said. Which I know is not a lot, but considering that I went out today, I'll take it. And on my video, both Sky and Esther kind of commented that in addition to the to-done list, I should also make a note of where I went, like on the days that I went out, where I went and how long. Esther said how long I was out, to know where my energy went and how long I was out and what went into being out, and how long was I out, if I was out for just an hour versus 3 or 4 hours, and anything past 2 hours is really painful, but which is saying something. But yeah, but all in all, I got 6 things done today, and I am including the things that were already scheduled to go out today, because technically they were sent out today, even though I scheduled them yesterday. I'm counting that as today. So I did my devotional. I posted and shared my video. Well, it posted itself at 10 a.m. I sent out my newsletter at 11 a.m. I think. Oh wait, I didn't even put that on there. Oh, I forgot one. Excuse me. It's 7 things. Posted the next part of the Nathan and Brennan story. So that went out at 5 something to my Patreon. So I forgot to put that on there because that still counts. So I did 7 things today. Interesting. We'll see what tomorrow holds. And I probably should have put reading on there, so that's 8. Because I always usually put reading as on my list of things to do, so I can make sure that I read during the day. So, yeah. 8 things done today. I know, it's kind of actually iffy, because I'm counting the things that were scheduled to go out today. I didn't actually. Should I count those? Maybe I shouldn't count those. Is that cheating? I hope it's not cheating. But anyway. But I am actually feeling. I kind of am feeling in the mood to work on some stuff, some more. Maybe. I gotta do my Duolingo though, which is what I'm about to go do. But I'm sort of feeling the need to work on stuff. What's happening? That usually doesn't happen on the day I go out. Could it be a mind shift? Created an energy shift? Anyway, who knows? But I'll be back. Bye. Say goodnight here, doing sprints of the sky on the Forest app. I've already done a sprint. The wheel picked Mackenzie Brown again. So I've already done one sprint, 623 words. I'm doing the second one now. So I'm going to say goodnight and I'm going to go because I'm kind of in the flow. And they just found the body and they're about to identify her as the same woman that Mackenzie's doing the story on. And okay, I just realized also that I'm going to need to do some research. But that's for draft 2. I'm just going to fudge it right now. Well, not fudge it, but you know. Y'all know how first drafts are. Anyway, good night. Bye. Oh, hello. Who might have forgotten to come on and say hello today? That would be me. Oops. I actually thought I had come on and said hello earlier. And then I just looked over the clips and realized, no, I did not. So hi, happy Tuesday. It's not almost 8 o'clock. It's fine. I'm just well, it wasn't the fastest start to the day, but I was busy. I did have I struggled to get started working today because I needed to eat and I couldn't concentrate. So I had managed to eat something. And then I worked on, as you saw earlier, the pen name outline because that is what the wheel picked. And right now I'm on Nia Street and I haven't picked anything from the wheel yet because I'm trying to decide if I want to go prep dinner or do I want to stretch across the bed, in which case I don't need the wheel picker for either one of those activities because I could use a stretch across the bed right now. I'm probably going to opt for that. And then I'll use the second sprint to prep the salmon for dinner, which means I probably won't be working on anything at the moment for this stream because, or at least not until the last sprint. We'll see. I could possibly prep for dinner for like 15 minutes and then use the remainder of the 45-minute sprint, so 30 minutes, to work on something. I don't know. But I've already hit 2K for the day, if you count and I am counting, the sprints that me and Sky did in the wee hours of the morning. So we did 3 30-minute sprints, but the first 30-minute sprints, I worked on Mackenzie Brown novel. I got a little over 1K in that, and then I used the wheel picker for the third sprint because I got hit with a wave of exhaustion and I just was too tired to actually create words. So even though I was nervous with what the wheel picker was gonna pick, I spun it anyway, and it picked When Love Calls At It. So I worked on some of the crush words and got those. I knocked about 100 plus of that out of the novel. Not a lot considering there are thousands, but I worked on it. So and then I did the 2 30-minute sprints earlier for the pen name. So I forgot to write the total down, but I did get a little over 2,000 words so far for the day. So yeah, and I'm gonna go stretch across the bed with my leg really hurts. Okay, so I'll be back a little later. Hopefully not too much later, but we'll see. Bye. do a few calculations to see what my word count was for the day. I did 2,046 words, which included, it would help if I did that part though. 1,088 words from Mackenzie Brown novel, and also would have helped if I had done that calculation. 958 words for my pen name novels and or books outline. And I don't know how to really, I guess I deleted a little over 100 that's in When Love Calls. So I did a total of 2.5 hours worth of work, which I feel like I need to be doing more hourly. But I'm so sorry. I did my devotional today. I did work on Mackenzie Brown, worked on the crutch words in When Love Calls. Worked on pen name outline. So that's what I worked on today. Oopsie. Hello. You're gonna fall. Let's not do that. Thank you. I also did some reading. Both books that I'm reading, because I'm still reading this. I am also, hold on, I have to show, because I am almost finished reading you can see the Ghostwriters Club. I'm on chapter 32 by Cody Wayne Morris, and it says I'm 95% of the way finished. I'm so tempted to just read the rest tonight. Tempted. But it's a really good read. This is not necessarily supposed to be a reading update, but I just thought I would mention it. Are you crooked? I think you might be crooked because my little table thing is kind of crooked. But anyway, I did my Duolingo, as you saw just now, and I'm probably getting ready to go play a couple games, watch some YouTube videos, until it's time for the wheel picker to pick what project I'm going to work on for tonight's sprints. I will say, doing these sprints with Sky, because we do them on her lunch break is 3 o'clock my time, and so doing the sprints with Sky has really kind of helped, because I know she's writing. It kind of helps push me to write, or at least work on something writing related, even more so, because I'm not doing it alone. So yeah, these sprints have really helped, and I'm looking forward to tonight's sprints, and I wonder what the wheel will pick for me to work on tonight. I'm really actually enjoying the whole wheel picker thing right now, which I didn't think I would, because it's almost like it takes the decision fatigue out of it, which a lot of times, because I'm working on multiple projects, and I like working on multiple projects now, by the way, so I don't want to get rid of the working on multiple projects thing, but sometimes I have, like on the wheel right now, there's 5 things. There really should be 6, because my poetry and essay collection should be on the wheel, but I don't know that I'm emotionally ready to work on that again yet, so I've left it off the wheel. But there's 5 things on the wheel right now, and I have such a hard time sometimes picking which one to work on. Sometimes it's what I should be working on. I'm like, I should be working on that, but that's not what I'm really feeling pulled towards. And then there's other times where I'm just like, I just need someone to take the decision out of my hands. So the wheel picker is a great thing for that. Needless to say, I think this week is going fairly well and lighting a new spark underneath me. But that said, this clip should not have been this long. I'll be back. Bye. I'm going to take this opportunity to say goodnight now. In the second sprint with Sky, I decided to spin the wheel again, and it sent me back to working on the pen name outline. So that's what I'm working on, which is fine. It was good to actually work on the Nathan and Brennan story. It's almost finished, and when I went back and reread it, I was like, oh, this is so cute. I had forgotten the scene that I was in when I had stopped the last time. I should have probably continued it, but I didn't. I spun the wheel again, and I must obey the wheel. So, I was kind of really just testing to see if it would land on Nathan and Brennan again, but it didn't. It landed on Penny, and I'm obeying the wheel. So, it's fine. If we do a third sprint, I might go back to Nathan and Brennan, but this is where I leave you for the night. Oh gosh, I gotta send out my links for the stream. Crap. Okay. Good night. Bye. Hello. Thought I'd come on briefly to say hello. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I won't be long because I'm kind of running behind. It's 3:11, so I should have already started working on stuff, but I haven't. I'm just now really getting ready for the day. So it's time to see what the wheel will have me work on for the time being, until I stream later. I probably should eat something that could help me focus a little better, but I don't feel like standing in the kitchen to eat, so we'll see. Yeah, with that, hi, welcome to Wednesday, and let's do some work. I just don't know which project yet. We'll find out in a second. Bye. I just realized I hadn't come on earlier and updated you after I streamed, which I meant to, but I forgot. Oops. But now I'm in sprints with Sky, and the wheel actually landed on When Love Calls edits, so, which I did for the first sprint, and I'm doing again for this sprint, and I've knocked off about 100 or so. But there's still a whole lot more. So I'm gonna say goodnight here, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will try to do a better job of updating you. I really meant to come on a little more, but I also think I might have been a little extra chattier at the beginning of this week, so maybe that'll make up for it. But I'll be back tomorrow. Good night. Bye. forgotten to come on and say hello at any point in time today. And it's 11 o'clock now. Well, it's 10:55. So hi, happy Thursday. Where did the day go? I have no idea. This is not going to be a legitimate update. It's just a realization that I haven't said hello to you today yet. Oops. We're going to take that to mean I was working hard, right? I was working a little hard. And then I was watching Tiffany on the podcast that she was on, the Romance Happy Hour. I will put a link below so you can check out the replay. But that wasn't until the evening, so I don't know why I didn't come on earlier. I just forgot that I hadn't spoken to you yet. I was working on my pen name outline because apparently that is what the wheel wanted me to work on all day today. So I finished book 2, so now I'm moving into book 3 outline. And did crush words last night. So yeah, that's my update. I'm gonna go have a very late dinner now. I'll be back. Bye. Hi. Hello. So I can't believe I didn't come on for the whole entire day. Like, that was completely unintentional. I did not mean to do that. I just got kind of lost in what I was doing. And there was a moment I might have dozed off for a hot second. But the wheels seem to continually pick. Now, to be fair, there was one sprint that I did not spin the wheel for because I was kind of in the flow of the pen name outline, which is what the wheel picked for me this afternoon to begin my writing sessions. So I just kind of rolled into the second sprint and just continued. But then when I picked it for both of the last 2 sprints, it again picked the pen name project for both of them. So the wheel really wanted me to finish the pen name outline for book 2 today. And I did. So I have 2 books in the pen name outlined. I have 3 more in the first series to go before I will even entertain the thought of starting to draft book 1. So yeah, I have 2. I did actually start at the book 3, so I started that one as well. But yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten it done but for the wheel. I know I'm supposed to be drafting Mackenzie Brown book 5, and you know, if it had landed on it, I was ready. Last night it landed on, I think I said this already a couple of times, but it landed on the When Love Calls edits, and then I didn't spin it again for our sprints last night. I just did all 3 sprints with the crutch words because I kind of was on a roll. I went through like 3 chapters and got rid of, let's just say, there were more than 3,000 that's in my book. I'm pretty sure there were more than 3,500 that's in my book. I don't remember the exact number I started off with, just because it was just so embarrassing. But now I'm at 2,922 that's, which is still an outrageous number. And when I go back to the edits, I'll be on chapter 7. So still a ways to go. You'd be surprised how easily that slips into the book. So many times. And then going back over, like, there's some obvious places where I'm like, oh, I could totally say that sentence without putting the word that in there. And in some sentences, it has that in there more than once. I sound like I can totally cut out at least one of the that's. But there are some instances in the book where it's like say if they say the phrase, I'm trying to think of one of the phrases. Without giving away too much of anything. What happened between us that summer? Obviously, I can't cut out that when I say that sentence, because then it'll just say what happened between us this summer. There won't be a that there, and the emphasis isn't made clear that we're talking about a very particular summer to these two people. I mean, that's just an example of what I mean by how some sentences and paragraphs, it's harder than others to get rid of that word that, because there'll be instances where it's a phrase of that nature where if you take that out, the sentence doesn't make sense anymore. The context is gone and you don't really get what's trying to be said. And in those instances, it's like, well, I can't take it out. And I know obviously there's no way I'm going to take out all of the that's in the book. But there are some instances where it's a lot of that's close together. However, it's the same scenario where if I take them out, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, I've also worked on what day was that it had me work on the Nathan and Brennan story, which brought me closer to the end of that one. I'm getting closer to the end of that, which I'm very excited. This wheel thing, oh my god, why didn't I try this before? This wheel thing is like the best thing I've done, or the best experiment I've tried in so long. And I've entertained the thought of trying it for so long and just never did it. Never tried it. I was just, so sure that it would not work for me. The bouncing around, like I've come to like working in different projects, but the bouncing around from, okay, I spin the wheel here, I spin the wheel there. But it's kind of, how did I phrase it? I sent Sky a message last night. I said, this wheel is the best thing I've tried in a while. It's refueled me creatively somehow, and I can't explain it. And I think Sky wrote back that some things don't need explaining, and that it's just the fact that of me being surprised with a new project every time I spin, right before I'm getting ready to work. And it's like it's not giving me really any time to build up the anxiety for the project, because I spin it right before I get ready to work. So it's like there's no anxiety, there's no, oh my god, what am I gonna write, what am I gonna put for this chapter, to start this chapter. This, I spin and I open the document and I go. And so there's no anxiety, there's no decision fatigue, there's no trying to figure out what am I going to do, because I don't decide what I'm doing, the wheel decides what I'm doing. And I know realistically, obviously, if I don't like what the wheel picks, I can spin it again. But I'm really trying not to do that. I'm really trying to hardcore stick to what the wheel says. And I don't have to. It's not mandatory. Obviously, if there's something more dire that I need to be working on, I would pick that. Like if I was closer to publishing When Love Calls, and I still hope to publish it this year, probably wouldn't use it because I'd have more tasks gearing towards me getting ready to publish, and I'd be more forward focused on that. But right now, I have lots of things I'm working on. None of them are really where I want them to be, in whatever stage I want them to be in. And I'm just trying to get some things moving instead of being so stagnant on everything. And it's like sometimes I will sit, and I think I said this on my live stream last night, that I didn't even realize how much I needed the wheel until I started using the wheel. Because it's like I'd spend a couple of hours just trying to decide, what do I want to work on today? And those are hours I could have been working on something, anything really. just something, instead of trying to figure out what I want to work on. No, I don't feel like working on this. I should work on this. And then I'm trying to work on the thing I'm supposed to be working on, but not feeling like working on it. So then, yeah, it's just too much. Overwhelming. I overwhelmed myself. And I know I've done it to myself. But the wheel, it helps. I don't know what to say. And it might not help long term. The help might only last a week or two. I hope not, because I'm really loving this system here. But yeah, that was really rambly. I'm trying to make up for not being on earlier today. But the wheel is kind of a godsend right now. And when I'm working on so many things, so many for me, because I know there are people who are probably working on way more projects than I am. But they're a lot for me, because to go from a person who used to only focus on one project at a time to now there's 5 things on this wheel. Really, there should be 6, but there's 5. If we count the television pilot show, that would be 7. But I'm not putting them on the wheel. But there's my poetry collection that I also had really wanted to get out this year. But emotionally, I'm just not ready to work on that one yet, which is why I didn't put on the wheel. But I'm closer to being ready to work on that again. Just a little closer. Okay, yeah, this clip is 11 minutes long, and I'm going to go. Because I'm going to wind down and play my games and everything, because I have a writing session in a couple hours. So, and we'll see what the wheel does. So, as you saw, it had me do the brainstorming for Project Willow, which I actually did do some brainstorming and came up with a whole completely different way to start it again. And I transferred some notes from my normal writing journal to the Project Willow notebook. I researched some more stuff. Like I said, I thought of a whole completely different beginning. Well, it's the beginning that's in the that I originally thought of, but that's not the one I came up with the other day. So, that's gonna be fun. Okay, Sprint is starting, and I gotta stop the playlist, because that's the Project Willow playlist and not the Mackenzie Brown playlist. And yeah, so I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. I'll try to not wait so late to come on tomorrow. Hopefully I'm going out tomorrow, but I don't really know, because I need gas in my car, so that's fun. But I would like to get out of here. That would be great. My body says other things, but anyway, good night. Bye.
Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all. Too many things going on, I can't keep track of them all. From people dropping a bomb to people putting up walls. I feel like life is on hold, perception stuck in a vault. I know that time can heal all, but how much time till we fall? It's awfully chilly outside, when there's no shelter to hide. When everything is a lie, you'll find that out in some time. But when the things on your mind are all considered a crime, communication aside, we'll all just fight till we die. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it.
In a true effort to not wait all day to come on and say hello to you, as I did yesterday. Hi! Happy Friday. It is Friday, right? Yes, it is Friday. Happy Friday. Whew. Okay, as you see, I went out. I only really went out to get 2 cans of vegetables. Do y'all realize how much a can of vegetables is now? It used to be you could get a can of vegetables for $1, probably under $1. Nope, $1.29. Anyway, let's turn green. So yeah, and I had enough to put 1 gallon of gas in my car, which now the light is on again because I only put 1 gallon of gas in there because that's all I had. I had to get my 2 cans of vegetables. So it's been a day, and I know you're thinking, but JC, we just saw you at Chipotle. Well, see, JC knows how to use her rewards programs. And y'all seen how much I go to Chipotle. I've racked up some rewards. And I knew I was racking them up for a day such as this when I would need them. So I managed to have enough rewards to get me a decent meal. And I wanted a drink, but obviously I couldn't afford a drink. But the lady said, "You're here so much, we'll give you the drink." So I also have a drink. So yay. So now I even have lunch to go in the house with. Yay, that I can sneak in the room. I got some brainstorming done on Project Willow, which was good. I think I mentioned that last night when I left you guys for the night. And I got about 400 something words in Mackenzie Brown, which was also good. But then I kind of got stuck. Well, not stuck. I'm just trying to figure out how to write a certain scene. If I hadn't gotten stuck, I probably would have had a little bit more than that. But 400 words is still good. 423 words. I mean, not shortchange myself. So yeah, I didn't do bad. And we'll discuss how this wheel project is giving me so much life right now later. But for now, probably should focus on the road and drive. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument, or just the start of it? I wanna drive away so I can be so far from it. I wanna find a place where no one breaks their promises, or maybe drown myself in something that is bottomless. Take me back to a place where I felt at home. Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small, way back before we blew it all. Take me back to a place where I felt...
Okay, hi. It's been a while since I came on, but at least I did come on today before 11 o'clock and say hello. Have I done any actual work other than editing my video? No. No, I have not. I didn't even... Oh, excuse me. I mean, well, technically, because I count late night sessions as that day. So technically, when Sky and I did our sprints last night, it was for today. So technically, I did work on Project Willow, and I did work on Mackenzie Brown. So I have actually gotten work done for the day. But now... I mean, for me on Fridays, I'm editing my video on Friday because I'm trying to get as much editing as I can get done before Saturday gets here, because I don't want, I can spend all day editing on Saturday. That used to be how I spent my Saturdays and Sundays, but now I've gotten in the habit of having Sunday strictly be chill, self-care type of day. Although I'm not gonna lie, I do work on Saturdays, like as far as it's probably when I do more admin type of stuff, because I don't write on the weekends. So I'm so tired. I fell asleep earlier, unintentionally. And now I'm just watching my streamers while I edit down my B-roll. I've gone through the chatty parts that I have done, and then yeah, I won't know what music I'm gonna put to my video until tomorrow. One of these days, I have been asked to do a video about my video editing process. And one of these days I'm going to really sit down and actually figure out how I'm going to do that, because it's very hard to do a video about my video editing process when this is what I use to film my videos, and if I'm filming my vlog at the same time, it's very hard to film the vlog and to film a second video. Yeah, it's difficult. But maybe one day I'll spring for another one of these Kindles that I film my videos with. Because remember, I got this one because it was cracked. The other one was cracked. But maybe because the price on these have actually, I would probably still get the same kind. And the price is very minimal. Well, it's minimal if you have the money. But right now, I have other things I need the money for. Like, I still want to publish my book. So, there are things involved that I'm going to need money for, most likely. And I need tires on my car, because I can't keep riding with a spare tire on my car. It's kind of ill-advised. And there's still a spare tire on my car, because they're like $65-ish, and that's not with the tax. I'm pretty sure the price was not quoted to me with tax added, which means it'll be more. And that's for one tire. And I need, if we're being honest, I need all of them replaced. I haven't gotten tires on my car in several years, but there are 3 that badly need to be replaced, because aside from the one with the spare tire on it, the other 2 still have leaks in them. So, yeah, interesting. I'm terrified of being somewhere and having another tire go out on me, because again, I'm driving on a spare tire. So there's no spare tire to put on a tire if it goes out, because I'm using the spare tire. So I don't have any extra spares. Anyway, but this wheel project, I wanted to talk more about it. And actually, I think I'm actually not going to talk more about it in this vlog, because that would be much more of a longer clip. I'm actually going to make a separate video about my wheel project. I'm probably going to use some clips and things from this vlog, so you'll probably see some of the things in this vlog again in that video. I'll try not to be too repetitive, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do a separate video on the wheel and how it's affected me in just this 1 week. And yeah, we'll talk about that in a different video. But for now, I'm gonna go finish my Duolingo, play some games, and continue editing this vlog. So I'll be back later. Bye. Hello, hi. We've reached that time of the vlog of the week. Tree just started. Oh god. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I'm editing this vlog, and I'm trying to figure out how it's still over an hour. I mean, y'all saw me. I didn't update nearly as much as I would normally try to update. Granted, some of those updated clips were long clips. But I mean, Thursday didn't even come on until almost 11 at night. How am I still over an hour? Anyway, I'll go further, again, like I said earlier, I'll go further into detail about how I feel about this wheel experiment on a deeper level, and how it may have impacted me on a deeper level in a separate video. I might try it for a second week before I do the video, so don't look for it anytime next week or this week, because y'all will be watching it. And anyway, you get what I'm saying. Because I want to make sure this is not a 1 week fluke, but I will sum up that I'm liking it and it's helping, and I'll expand on that further, but it's helping. You should give it a try if you haven't. If you at all have issues with being overwhelmed with the decision of what project to do, give it a try. But it's been a very interesting week. I don't have overall totals for you, which I should have, but I don't. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Hold on. Hold please 1 second. Shut the front door. I mean, it's not like 10,000 words or anything, but 6,628 words for the week. I know that I can do better than that. This is not me beating myself up. I just know that had I pushed myself and got the 2,000 words on certain day, I guess this is me beating. I'm sorry. 6,628 words is not anything to be upset about. So let me dial that back and celebrate hitting over 6,000 words for the week. Wow. I had no idea that I wrote that much. I didn't feel like I had written that much. So anyway, I'm so sorry. I am, yeah. This was a week, apparently, of experiments. Apparently, of a joint experiment with me and Sky, which is so interesting and ironic. But hopefully she had as much success with it this week as I did. I know she'll probably be talking about it in her vlog. So I will link Sky's channel below. You should check out her channel if you're not following along. What are you doing? But, subscribe to her channel, follow. She does sprints every Saturday. By the time you see this, she will already done her 12-hour marathon, but you can always go watch the replay. Great for background sprint time if you need it. Her and Stephanie both kind of sprint on Saturdays. Stephanie also does her own sprints. Don't know if she's still gonna keep Tuesday late night, but I'll link her channel also below, and you can subscribe to her channel and follow along with her as well. But yeah, and the sprints have also really helped that me and Sky have been doing. They've also been really helpful. So that, along with the wheel, and that along with doing this wheel experiment with someone else and not just by myself. I mean, I'm sure it would have worked out just fine by myself, but it's kind of been fun having someone else doing this alongside me and seeing the progress and things that they're making with the wheel as well. But that's going to be it for this week. If you like what you see and you want to see more videos from me, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button. I post videos on Mondays. I live stream on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as per usual, if you would like to be supportive of me in any of my creative endeavors, such as my blog, my online magazine, my online store with writer merch, becoming a member on my Patreon, tipping me on my Ko-fi, buying my books on Amazon, or reading them in Kindle Unlimited, all of those links can be found in the description box below. And until next time, take care of yourselves and have a blessed day. Bye.